Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to stop it right there because I am so excited today. This is a special edition of Conversations with Celena. If this is your first time, I am Celena, your wonderful host of Conversations with Celena. And, we just have different guests on, different topics. Some are happy, some could be not so happy, but we just try to cover a variety of topics so that you can live the best version of your life that you can possibly live. You can learn things, you can be more aware of things that's going on in current situations and topics. So, with all that being said, I'm not going to prolong it, but I do want to give you a moment to share this video. So, while we're going to do that, we're going to go over and thank our beautiful sponsor, the author of The Blood Blocked It, Miss Maya Scott. So go ahead and take a moment to share this video, and Beth and I will be right back. All right. That is Maya Scott. She is the author of The Blood Blocked It and Signed. She will be here with me Friday evening. 3 o'clock, I think. So that's still afternoon. So she'll be here with me Friday afternoon. Joel and Lanita Wallace, they will be here with me on Thursday evening at 8 o'clock. And they are child advocates of abuse for children with mental health. Disabilities. So children with disabilities, if they're being abused, but I didn't put that as a topic. That's why I'm struggling with it, because they are definitely advocates for children, period. So I left that blank so we could just cover a variety of different things that children have to go through, and what we can do to help them have their voice, because as adults, it's our responsibility to help the children that do not think they have a voice understand that, yes, you do. It's not go sit in the corner and be quiet. It is what is going on with you. That is the approach that we need to take. But that's the topic for another day. I just want to let you know the upcoming events for this week, or episodes for this week. So I am going to introduce to you Miss Beth Stuart. She is, now y'all gonna have to be patient with me. You know I'm squinting because I don't have my glasses back. But she is Dr. Beth Stuart, the CEO of Emerging You, a strengths facilitator, and a visibility and camera confidence coach. Maybe she can help me with my confidence on camera. How about that?
You're great.
He helps women entrepreneurs discover and lead through their natural strengths and overcome their fear of being on video camera, so they can shine into their authentic selves and build trust with their audiences. Having overcome her own fears of being visible, Beth believes that any woman can learn to shine into who she was meant to be, and it's her passion to be a guide along the way. Through her signature program, Strengths to Shine, Beth supports her clients through small, incremental steps of overcoming the fear that holds them back from success. Before starting Emerging You, Beth held a number of higher education positions in which she supported, see, I can't see y'all, she supported college student success. She currently resides in Greenville, South Carolina. So she is live from South Carolina on today, alongside her 3 adult children. Lord, I hope they're not still in your pocket like mine.
No.
Her loving partner and her pup, Lucy. Welcome, welcome, Dr. Beth Stewart.
Wow, what an introduction, Celena. Thank you so much.
I
Thank you
can just
so much.
pronounce the words and see the words, baby.
I listen, I couldn't do it without my glasses. No way.
Woo.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm really happy to be here to share with your
Thank you.
audience.
Thank you for being here. So, I did read in the bio how you got started, but give us a little bit of background of what
Mhm.
led up to you starting Emerging You.
Thank you. That's a great question. So, most of my life, Celena, was I was playing small, I guess you could say. I didn't have a high self-esteem growing up. I didn't have a boatload of confidence at all. Sometimes I felt like I didn't fit in with my friends, with my groups, with my peers in high school. I had a major panic attack when I was in ninth grade while I was reading out loud in ninth grade history class. Friends started laughing, and the teacher didn't handle it well at all. She just said, keep reading. I didn't know what was happening to me, but if you've ever struggled or ever had a panic attack, you know that it can be super scary. And this is what happened. And I didn't have help or words to put around that. So I just repressed it. And then I stayed in that phobia stage for like 20 years until I was 35, I think, 35 or 36. And that's a little bit about my growing up years in terms of just not feeling like I wanted to be visible. I didn't want people looking at me.
A
I,
lot of people.
Yeah, I did not want to be in the limelight at all. I would never speak up in meetings. I did not speak up in class. And I even got jobs that where I knew I wouldn't have to speak. I wanted to be a teacher, but no way was I going to be a teacher because teachers have to stand up, right, and talk. Um,
Hmm.
so I went to college to learn secretarial science. And then when somewhere in my 30s, I got super tired of living that way. I just felt like there was something more that I had to offer. And I knew it needed to come out. So I sought therapy. I went into therapy and was exposed in little small increments to the very thing that I feared. And so that is what led me up finally to, to starting my own business. I had been in higher ed, as you said, and had a number of positions, but I just had this, I don't know if you would call it a calling. I call it a calling to, yeah, to do something that was bubbling up inside of me for years. And so now it's just, I absolutely love waking up every day and knowing that I get to help other women become more visible if they want to be more visible in their businesses. And video is a great way to do it, right? Because you can read people's mannerisms, you can listen to them talk, and you can think, oh, can I trust that person? But just posting a picture on Facebook is different. So I'm so glad that you do videos and that you invited me to share my story. I've only been in business for a year, and man, it's a growing experience.
Hmm.
I hope that I turned 69 this past year. And what I want to do is grow until the day I die. And so I'm all about learning our natural strengths, what we're born naturally with, our God given strengths, and then using those to fulfill our passion.
Hmm. And, I believe that it takes us a while to go back to that childhood dream. A lot of
Mhm.
people, they know early on in life what they want to do, what they want to be, and they stay focused on that, and there's no turning back. They
Mhm.
stay on track. But then,
Mhm.
like you experienced this traumatic, and it was a traumatic experience that made you not want to speak and not want to
Yes.
talk, and so that changes the path that we go on because of that fear of being teased and being bullied and being laughed at, and just not building us up, being in
Yeah.
an environment that's not building up our self-esteem, but tearing it down. So I understand that 100% because I know things that I experienced caused me to go down a certain path. Even people speaking, ooh, even, oh Lord, this,
Train going off today.
no. Yes, ma'am. Hold on. No, you're good. Can I call you back? Because I'm on live right now. I will give you a call back as soon as I'm done. Okay, sorry about that.
That's the beauty of a live. It's like it's real life.
It's real life.
You know?
That was my job, but I'm actually off. But I wanted to take her phone call to let her know.
Oh, yeah.
So, but anyway, you just go through things that make you decide that you don't want to be seen. And even at this point, I question myself, am I making the right decision? Because
Mhm.
my face is on Facebook and YouTube on a regular basis. I'm not even going to
Mhm.
say consistent because I'm trying to be more consistent, but it's like sometimes you don't even know what people want. And so that keeps you from just just going out there because it's like, well,
Right.
are they going to want to hear what I got to say? Are they going to receive it? Or are they going to reject it? But you know what? The fact of it is that some people are going to receive it and some
Mhm.
people are going to reject it. It doesn't matter what the content is. So you just know that you're doing what you're supposed to do and then you move forward. But a lot of people, it does take us a while to come back to that calling, as you said, or our
Mhm.
purpose, but we have to go through some painful experiences in order to push us into that purpose. And
Right.
sometimes we still don't want to accept it. We're like, I'm not doing that. I'll just let someone. So you do it so much better than me. No, it's not that I do it better than you. It's just I continue to show up because people
Mhm.
say, girl, I looked at them videos when you first got started compared to you now, and oh my God, you've come a long way. I'm thinking, good for you, because I don't want to go back and look at
Right, exactly.
them and critique them all you want, but I don't want to do
But I'm not going to. Well,
right.
that's so true. I do believe that we all are courageous when we're born. You know, we cry and scream as babies to get our needs met. You know, we'll get up and walk the floor and fall down and get up and walk it again. We have all this courage, but somewhere along the line, along the way of life, we lose it.
Mm-hmm,
We lose it from school. We lose it from parents, maybe church. You know, things happen and we go through situations and we lose that courage, and I'm all about building that courage back up so that we don't have to get to the end of our lives and go, wow, what did I do? What did I contribute? what
mm-hmm,
what did I contribute? Right.
mm-hmm. And I've
Mhm.
heard, we want to go to the grave empty, which means you've given and you've given and you've
Mm.
used those gifts and you've used those talents, because I've heard the expression, the graveyard is full of gifts and talents that
Wow.
no one used. And so we don't want to be guilty of that because it's in us to do. And
Mhm.
it's different for everybody. And that's why
Absolutely.
it's so important not to get caught up in the comparison trap. It's easy to do, but if we find ourselves going down that path, we need to quickly come back and say, nope, I'm not doing that to myself because I'm right on time for where I'm supposed to be. You can't say, well, I'm this age and I had planned to do this and my classmates are that and this. You know what? Why don't you compare yourself to the classmates that didn't make it? Then
Mhm.
you would be like, I'm thankful to be here. Instead of saying, you're looking at somebody who you perceive, and that is the word, you're perceiving them to be at a higher level of success than you. And that's when we really start to hurt ourselves with comparing, to someone else. But just thank God you're still alive and keep it moving.
Exactly. So, and I run into a lot of women that maybe midlife, 40s to 60s,
Girl,
that,
is that your life?
well, I think so. So, that feel like, oh, it's too late for me. And that's just so not true. I went back to get my doctorate when I was 56 years old. 56. And everybody in my class was so much younger than I was, and they were looking at me like, "What are you doing here?" I didn't care. I was like, "I'm here and I'm going to get it." And and I did. So I just feel like you should never give up, and that comparison thing will bite you. It's very easy to get caught in that trap, especially with all the social media. But we just have to go back to our roots and our own courage and look inside and what do we have to offer. And if you do that, you can find people that'll help you along the way.
And you don't even have to find them; they'll come find you.
That's true. That is
Yeah,
so true.
to look for them. Sometimes they just pop up right there. Like I had a
Mhm.
lady, she just popped up on me about 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, "Where have you been all my life?"
Wow.
But
That's
there's a timing for everything, and so often we're trying to rush it. We want to rush it, and we want it now, and
Yep.
so but we don't even want to put in the work for now or later.
No.
We just want it
No.
to happen.
Sometimes we
We
just
don't
want to sit back. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's like I want to go to sleep like I am and wake up skinny. Ain't happening. That's not
Oh goodness. Yeah.
That's not happening. You have to put in the work. And
Mhm.
so we have to utilize social media to help encourage us, not make us feel like we're not worthy or we're
Mhm.
not where we're supposed to be. And
Mhm.
it's sad because people will take 15, 20 pictures to post that one perfect one. But that's another trap that we get caught up in, trying to be perfect versus just getting it done. Yes, you should try to be a person of excellence, but it's better to get it done than not do it at all. Because like we had technical difficulties before we started. We could have
Right.
threw the towel, but we were like, we're gonna do it, even if we're a few minutes late. But guess what? We worked it out and we were right on time.
Exactly, Selena. Exactly. And I hear from so many women, oh, I don't want to. I've worked with women that didn't even like to have their picture taken at all, that would miss their pictures at their son or daughter's weddings because they didn't want to be in the pictures. And so, we all have different levels of insecurity, right? And I think I can say this. I've worked with enough women now that I know you can be really, really afraid of being visible, and you might go from here to here, and then you
Mhm.
might go from here to here. Maybe you don't go live the first time we work together, but maybe you'll have a picture made of yourself. That's a big accomplishment. So everybody's at a different level when it comes to feeling good about themselves.
Mhm. And sometimes it's feeling good, and sometimes it's you don't care anymore because the older
Yeah.
you get, the less you're concerned about people's opinions of you.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it still bothers you because you're human. I mean, certain things do because, like, I recently had a situation where something was said that I really feel like should not have been said the way that it was said, but nevertheless, it was said. And so it bothered me. But then I'm like,
Mhm.
I can't worry myself like day after
Mhm.
day. You go through it, you feel it, and then you let it go. So
Mhm.
I'm talking about it, but not in a manner where I'm getting all worked up about it. It happened,
Right.
and
Right.
you have to say, okay, it doesn't, I mean, your opinion does not give me life. Your opinion does not pay my bills. Your opinion
Right.
is just that, your opinion.
Exactly.
And everybody's going to have one.
Absolutely. And when you do put yourself out there, like we're doing, you will have critiques. You will have people that say, I didn't like the way she looked or the way she spoke or what she had to say. But we have to say, you know what, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Mhm.
And that's a good thing.
And the part that I don't understand is why are you here? If you don't like the way I
Mhm.
look, you don't like the way I sound, you don't like what
Yeah.
I'm doing, why are you here again? Because I'm not about to waste my time on your life and I don't like the way you look, sound, or your content. Like you just
Me
want
neither. I
to
don't have time for that.
no, you're just going to be miserable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to just say that one of the things that I had to overcome when I started going live, I think was the fact of just being live and in front of
Mhm.
people, knowing
Mhm.
that you're going to be critiqued. And
Mhm.
then I quickly found out when I started doing videos that I didn't want to spend a lot of my time editing. So if
Mm.
I was going to do this, live was the way to go. That way, if my phone rang, if my cup fell
Mhm.
over, whatever happened, I didn't have to start all over. Like my phone rang just then, I
Mhm.
ignore or take the call you back, and just keep it moving. But if that would have happened in a video, I
Yeah.
would have stopped, probably started all over from, and I don't have time for that one either. So
Right.
it's like I'm gonna go live, and don't get me wrong, my stomach was working against me every time in the beginning because you're worried about how you sound and did you look right in the camera and all this kind of stuff. And then
Right.
again, the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Now I just click go live, and I know it is what it is. You know, you
Exactly.
and and then another thing is my teeth. Like my teeth are not straight, and they have a tint to it. Well, that used to bother me,
Right.
and kids used to tease me. Now I smile like I got $1 million smile that's completely straight, white, and everything else to go with it, because I'm not fixing to. I can't change it, and at this age, I wouldn't.
Right.
Um, Not unless they all just started hitting the floor and falling out, and I didn't have a choice but to go get some new ones. But I'm not gonna go through that at this point in my life because
Right.
it's not important to me. Like it is, but it's not, because I
Selena,
feel like if I
yeah.
change it now, this is who I am. And so if you
Yeah.
would close up my gap, then I wouldn't even be able to talk right. So
Listen,
you have
I'm so glad you,
that.
yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that because several people that I have worked with have said the same thing. I don't want to go live because of my teeth. I don't want to go live because of my hair. I don't want to go live because of something about the way they appear. And yeah, that is just a real thing. And until you realize that none of us,
None of us.
none of us, look, I had a gaff right there on tooth. You know what? I didn't used to have that, but I'm not going to fix it either right now. I'm just not. And
Mm-mm.
this is me. And, I can still help other people, even when I have a gap in my tooth, right? You can too. And you have the most beautiful smile, Selena.
Oh, thank you, thank
Don't
you.
do anything about it.
And see, and that's what it's all about, being confident right where you are with what you have. You use what you have, and then you're going to be blessed with the other things that you need. Because I'm telling you, I had this lady come tell me, Selena, you may not know how you're going to do all these things that you want to do, but don't let that stop you, because
Mm,
money is going to come. The people are going to
mm,
come. The resources,
mm,
whatever it is that you need to get it done. If you're walking in your purpose and you're doing what God has, purposed you to do, called you to do, then the rest is going to come. Nobody said it was
no,
going to be easy, because, baby, let
no,
me tell you something. We might make this look easy, but it's not that easy.
it's
But
not. No.
doable. You can do it. And the
Yes,
more you do it, the easier it gets, right? And it's
for
actually
sure.
fun. Don't we have a
For
good
sure.
time?
It is actually fun. I have gotten to where I love to speak in public now. I love to go live. And yeah, it just blows my mind sometimes when I think about that little 15-year-old girl that was melting down in the classroom in front of all her friends compared to now. It just really it's crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy because I started speaking up during the pandemic. So now that's 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I have people that have known me, and they're like, who are you again? Because you used to be the shyest person or the quietest person that I knew. And now all of a sudden you just and now I think I talk too much and I got myself in trouble. But it's not gonna shut me up. It's just gonna shut me up in certain situations. But for the most part, this is what I know I'm supposed to do, is help other
Mm,
people, help other
mm,
women, help other children that have been through traumatic experiences, because
mm.
that is a life that I have walked through. And
Right.
I made it. I made it. It didn't take me out. Was it hard? Yes. Was I visible? No. Was I in the corner curled up in the fetal position? Yes, because I did not want to do life. I was a functioning depressed person because I would get up
Yeah.
and I would go to work and then I would come back and I was not like as active as I would have liked to be in my children's life. My friend had to give me a pep talk over the weekend. She's like, I'm going to need you to stop beating yourself up because you are a great mother. But
Mm.
I believe that we all have some type of mommy guilt. Even if we were there every day, we wish that we could have done things differently. And I made some choices that I wish that it would have been different, but every
Mhm.
mother has.
Mhm.
So now they have a different mom, but they're at an age now that I have to parent differently. They're
Mhm.
adult men and they're still deep in my pockets and I can't wait for them to get out. But
I get that.
yeah, that's why I asked you when I read about your children. I was like, are they still in your pockets? Because mine sure are, but mine are young
No,
adult men. So
it took a while to get them out, though. I tell you what.
maybe when I get mine out, I can go back to school and be Dr. Sunshine.
Oh, wow.
A lot of school for that. And I don't know. I was going to ask you, what was your motivation to go back to get your doctorate degree?
Wow, that's a great question, too. I think because I did not do well in middle school and high school, and that was because of fear. I think I didn't apply myself. Really, in elementary school, I had a school phobia. I would get out of going to school any way I could. And I think it was more of a social anxiety than it was a school phobia. But I really think those two things are tied. And so, because I didn't apply myself when I should have, those shoulds, when I finally did go back at 35, I had two children before I went back to get my bachelor's degree. And I worked and I cleaned houses while I was in school for 4 years to get my bachelor's degree. So once I learned that I was smart, because I really didn't know, until then I thought, wow, I wonder how far I could go with this thing. So I just kept on going, kept on going. Now, I wouldn't suggest it for everybody. You'll have a huge student loan debt. You may not want that. But yeah, it taught me so much. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, for the people who are thinking about going back to school, and especially if you've been out for a while, my
Mm,
one suggestion, maybe two, but the first one that I know encouraged me because I had been out of school for a long time and I went back and like you, I was like, I don't know how well I'm about to do.
right.
And I think I had some type of an English class that I took. I think it was English. But anyway, it was like two classes that I started off with, and I got A's. And
Hmm.
that was the best motivation. So I'm going to suggest that whatever you're good at, if it's math, if it's English, if it's whatever, take that as one of your first classes going back so you can get that burst of motivation and energy like, oh, okay, because it makes you excited about going and signing up for your next class.
Definitely. I did the same thing, Celena. I only took two classes. I only took two classes the entire time I was getting my bachelor's degree because I had children and, I wanted to concentrate. And the thing is, I really wanted to learn. When I was in high school, I could have cared less. But when I went back to college at 35, I really wanted to learn. So
Hmm.
that's a great suggestion. Start slowly.
Yeah, most definitely. And start with what you're good at. Hmm. And go to your counselor often because you don't want to get to the
Mhm.
end and find out that, oh, you need 2 more credits. What? You're supposed to
Right.
be helping me along the way. So you make sure that you keep up with it along with the counselor.
Very true. Very
Yeah.
true.
But I was just curious about why
Yeah.
it was that you went back because I don't know if I don't think I'm going to do that. I
Yeah.
don't.
I feel like you have a really good presence on camera and that you are a natural. So I would just keep going. I agree with your friend that you met. The magic is going to come. The magic will happen.
Well, As long as I get up and put one foot in front of the other and take one day at a time, I
Yep.
saw a post that says something of that nature. I think I reposted it. It's like one task, one thing, one day
Yes.
at a time. And
Isn't that the truth?
it is the truth. And we get so overwhelmed because we're trying to do so much. And I know for me, and I don't know about anyone else and how they feel, but because I'm going to say I woke up, I woke up at 48 years old,
Yeah.
feel like I have so much that I want to get in, so
Oh,
much
right.
on your bucket list that you want to check off. Like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I want to make sure that I can reach the people that I'm supposed to reach before I close my eyes. I do want to be empty when I go to the grave, because whoever it is that's out here, because I know I was people's assignment. I was a project for some of my friends. You could say, they'll tell you, Lord, they had to hear the same story over and over when I was going through my trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
Like, God, this girl don't need. Oh, I keep hearing the same story. They could almost repeat it verbatim. I was
Right.
so often, but people helps me. Matter of fact, I'm going to put Lisa up on the screen, because Lisa is one that encouraged me the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, Lisa, I thought I was calling to check on you, but you have truly blessed me with your words of encouragement.
Wow.
And so I want to make sure that whoever it is that I'm assigned to, that I reach them before I transition over.
Wow. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful, Celena. I can feel that passion in your heart when you say that.
Because people helped me, and they are still helping me.
Oh, same here.
Yeah,
Same
the
here.
encourager needs encouraging. The teacher needs
Yes.
teaching. The coaches need the doctors. They need doctors. The doctors need medication. They prescribe it, and they need it too. So
Yeah,
just
we all need each other. We're all
each
connected.
other. We're
Yeah.
connected.
Yeah. For sure.
And we need to love one another and be able to trust one another with what we share. Whatever
Absolutely.
is said in private should stay in private, but it doesn't happen. Yes, yes, yes. So did you have anything else to share, Miss Visibility and Camera Confidence?
Oh goodness, let's see. Well, I do have a camera confidence boot camp coming up. Actually, it starts August 8th. It's on a Tuesday. And so if anyone is interested in more information, I'll be happy to share that with them. Can I, maybe after we're done, put a link in the comments? Do you have a place I could share a link? Okay. I also help women discover their top 5 strengths. And if you've never taken the Clifton Strengths Test, that is just such an amazing gift that you will give yourself, because we tend to think that those natural things that we do well, we tend to dismiss them. And sometimes people can dismiss them for us. For example, one of my top 5 strengths is empathy. And I feel what other people are feeling.
Girl,
And
is that a strength? Because that's a draining. Oh my God,
it
you
can be. It can.
at the end of the
Yes.
day sometimes.
It's actually a strength, but you have to use it properly, right? And so you have to learn how to use that empathy strength, or it will drain you. But yeah, I do have a workshop on strengths coming up, and I would love to share that with your audience too. It changed my life real quickly. I had a leadership position in higher education in which I felt like I had failed. I had a staff of about 9 people, and they were great people, but I was trying to lead like I thought a leader should lead, based on what society thinks a leader should lead like. And I was miserable, really. Celena, I would come home with headaches. I would come home with, sometimes I'd be in tears after my hard day. I just was not happy in that position. I stayed for 3 years. And then after that is when I started my own business. But I have come to find out that if I lead out of my strengths, then I'm effective. If I try to lead like someone else, doesn't work. So learning your own natural talents and strengths is a beautiful thing.
Well, and that just goes hand in hand with that comparison. Like we think that like you go over to somebody's live and they're doing taste testing or something, they're
Yes.
tasting different root beers or Coke or whatever. And you're like, oh, that's a good idea. I think I'm going to try that. Well, that's not for you, unless
Hmm.
it's laid on your heart. Now, don't get me wrong. We do learn from one another and we can try certain things. But if you're trying to do it like someone else because they're doing it and it's not your strength and it's not your lane, you are going to be just exhausted and tired and
Yes.
operating from a place that you should not be. You're gonna have a headache like Beth.
So true. And thanks for putting that up there, the Clifton Strengths Assessment. Yeah, it's the best money that you can invest in yourself. I am a firm believer because, like I said, I'm on the last third of my life, and I'm just sort of figuring this all out, how to lead out of my own strengths. If I can help people before they get to my age, yeah, I'm going to have beautiful lives.
I would not have guessed you were that age either. That's
Yes, ma'am. And I would not have guessed you're what, 48, you said?
50.
No way. No way.
I was 48 when I started this in 2020.
Okay. Wow.
I'm 50 now.
Yeah. Well, girl, we are looking good, aren't we?
Woo! Them pathetic moments didn't get to us too much, huh?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
telling you, I need to learn how to channel that energy because when someone else is hurting, man, I just feel it all in my chest and
Yes.
you just worry and
Hmm.
you can't fix it.
No. And I've been tried to be a big fixer in my life. So I have learned how to take that empathy that is my strength and use it in a positive way,
Mhm.
instead of um, a negative way, draining myself, draining my energy, and really not helping my friends or helping other people.
Right, but you don't understand that at first.
No, you don't.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm putting this back on the screen because I had tests, so I made an assessment.
Oh, yeah, good. Thanks.
Yep.
This has
So
been so fun.
I know. So let's see. Lisa said, I'm going to go back and listen. She is talking to about me right now.
Oh,
So
my goodness. That's fantastic.
Ooh.
And that's the point about reaching out and being visible in your business, is that you would be surprised at how many people you can touch.
Mm-hmm.
People that you would have never met otherwise, people from all over the world.
And then you can find out what it is that you want to do. Because some people think that they want to be a life coach, but
Mhm.
maybe it's meant for you to go down a different path and
Yeah.
be something else. I don't know, a content creator. Once you go through and take the test of your strengths, then
Yes.
you'll learn better who you are and what it is that makes you happy. Like you started
Absolutely.
out, this is what I wake up and want to do every day because it makes me happy to help other women.
Mhm.
Sometimes we think we want to do stuff because we're visible. So
Mhm.
people can see us
Mhm.
live having a show. And they're like,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna have a show. I'm gonna order a microphone, which I haven't used my microphone in a long time. But see, I have my live microphone right
That's
here.
cool. That's cool.
And so it's like the microphone looks cool, the lights and all this kind of stuff, but it's work. And so, you have to be careful what you're saying that you want to do and just make sure it's something that is like compatible with your personality and it's part of your purpose because for us,
Yes.
our pain became our purpose.
Yes.
And, I say all the time, my mess became my message, my test became my testimony. And so,
Ooh, I love that. Love that. My mess became my message.
look,
Oh
I
my
probably got
God.
a few more too.
I love that because it's so true for me. Out of
Hmm.
out of that pain, and I'm telling you, it was painful, um, came my purpose.
Hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And So, taking these tests and getting to know what it is that you want to do, and just know that if it's not on camera,
Mm-hmm.
still have the confidence to
Mm-hmm.
speak to that lady that might be right in the grocery line with you, that you feel like something pulling on you, just to speak to her, just to say hello, just to see how
Mm-hmm.
she's doing. That could be life changing right there. So your
Absolutely.
purpose may not be on camera, but you
Yeah.
still need to be visible in that line. You still have to have the confidence, because some of our ministry is offline. Some of our ministry is one-on-one. It's not always going to be you, me, and whoever's on social media. It'll
Mm.
be in a private setting. So we want you to make sure that you have the confidence to be visible when it's time to be visible. That don't mean everybody in line. You talk to this person up front, but sometimes those are those people that you really want to say something to, and you let them get away, and you
Yeah.
get in the car and be like, man, I should have followed my mind and said something to them.
Yes, I've had those moments. And
I've definitely had those moments.
you get in the car and you kick yourself and you want to just jump out and go find them and then they're gone, right?
They're
I've
gonna
had
think
those.
you're a crazy person running in behind, stepping on the, hey, hey, I didn't want you to get away. I'll be like, what is wrong with this crazy person?
I've had so many of those moments, and I'm learning to pay attention to my intuition. If I feel a feeling like that in a store or just on the road, maybe, yeah, I'm trying to stop and say, you better listen to your gut.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And just make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
Because, we need to ask that question and then pause for a minute to listen. Because everybody
Mhm.
doesn't just rattle off, girl, no, I had such a stressful day. Because let me tell you what had happened at work. What had happened was, everybody doesn't do that. You have to give them a minute to warm up. How are
True.
you today? Oh, I'm good. That's a generic answer. Tell me truly, how are you? And
Hmm.
it's because we think people don't really want to hear it, because most people don't. We think people don't care, because a lot of people are so caught up in themselves that they're asking you and they don't have time to listen to what you got to say. But you
Hmm.
will have those genuine people who are active listeners that are saying, are you really okay today?
Mm.
And they're going to be like, wow.
Somebody really cares.
Yeah,
Mm.
actually, I'm not. Like, I was just talking to a lady who just called me back, and she had a loss, an unexpected loss over the weekend, and she's way higher than me, and she was just having a conversation with me, sharing what she had actually went through, because
Mm.
she felt comfortable talking to me.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a gift you have then. That empathy. You were using your empathy.
Oh gosh. And I didn't even say anything.
Well, but you were feeling her feelings and she knew it, right?
Mhm.
You didn't even have to say anything.
Wow. I
Yeah.
never knew I had that gift. So I'm gonna make sure I go take that test. I'm gonna take that test by this weekend, because I have a lot of
Awesome.
work to do. So by the weekend, I'm gonna try to set it. How long does it take to take
It
it?
takes about 30 or 40 minutes.
Okay, that's not.
And yeah, it's not a big time sucker, but it's definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of the one that I took that I found out that my color was blue.
Oh, there is a color test. I haven't done that in a long time. There's so many personality tests out there.
Mm.
I love the Myers-Briggs, but the strengths, it for me, it has just changed the
It
way I
was
look at
Myers-Briggs,
myself.
I think, that told me I was a blue personality.
Hmm.
I think it was.
Really?
I think. Like, I needed to know all that stuff. I'm like, I already knew that about myself.
Oh
Woo!
my goodness.
Sucker for people. That's basically what blue is, just a sucker for people.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Goodness gracious. Well, yes, I really enjoyed this, Beth.
Me
So, do you have
too.
any final, if you didn't get anything else from this live, please take this away.
Oh, you're asking me. I'm sorry. My mind just zones out for a second. Um, let's see. I would say it doesn't matter where you are in life, how old you are, how young you are, how confident or not confident you are. You have innate gifts, and you can find out what those are and then use those to live in your purpose. I'm a big believer, as Celena is, in living in your purpose. And sometimes you're right, Celena, it takes years to figure that out. So don't give up.
Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you hear the word years, don't give up, because
Mm-hmm.
I remember I messed up my credit, as so many do at a young age.
Mm-hmm.
I had to rebuild it like one little credit card at a time. You know how you start out with these secure credit cards, but you do what you got to do. Try to pay on the old one, get you some new credit going at the same time. And I thought this is going to take forever, because you hear 7 years and 5 years and all these long,
Right.
but those years pass by so fast. And believe
Mm.
it or not, it doesn't take the full 7 years to rebuild it. You just need to have consistent on time payments, and you will find someone that takes a chance on you. For me, it happened to be Keesler that decided that they would take a chance on me.
That's awesome.
I was like, thank you so much, Keesler Federal Credit Union. But they
Yeah.
took a chance on me, and so far, I don't think they've regretted it. I haven't defaulted on anything.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
was so thankful. But my point in that is, you're going to turn whatever age. So 7 years from now, I'm going to be 57. If God says the same, one way or the other. Do I want to be 57 with good credit or bad credit? Do I
Mm-hmm.
want to be 57 with a degree or without a degree? So you're going to take this, you're going to go through this journey anyway. So at
Right.
the end of it, do you want to say that you work toward your goals? Because if you consistently work toward them, you're going to see the results. And so, with that being said, I need to go to the gym, because by the time I turn 50, whatever, I want to see some results, and I'm not going to
I
see
love it.
it.
I love it. This has been so amazing. I really appreciate your having me on your show.
Oh, anytime. We'll have to come back and do a recap after you finish with this next program. So tell us again, what's the name of the upcoming program?
Okay, I have two. I have a 3-week boot camp called Camera Confidence.
Okay.
Or no, sorry, I just changed the name. So Courage on Camera. Courage on Camera. You
Okay.
know, there's a difference between courage and, I think, confidence. Even courage, is when you're afraid, but you do it anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3-week boot camp for that. And then I have a strengths workshop coming up next week. And yeah, I'd love to talk to anybody about that as well.
And that one is, you need to take this test, this assessment. I keep calling it a test.
Oh,
This assessment,
it's okay. Actually, what in the link that I'll provide for you or anybody else that wants it, I pay for the assessment. You just pay for the workshop, and then I'll send you the code to take it, and then you can take the assessment and meet with a group of women that are doing the same thing. It's amazing,
mm-hmm,
amazing.
mm-hmm.
It'll blow your mind.
Getting connected with like-minded people is amazing, because you're
Yeah,
like, you just feel the energy, and you go back
exactly,
feeling like, man, I could do this,
exactly.
you're not by yourself.
Yeah.
So you get the energy, iron sharpens iron, and
Mm,
you just help and encourage one another along the way. And you're going to have people and situations and circumstances that are going to come at you. So be prepared for that. And even if it blindsides you, because you will also have some of those things that, come up against you, but the weapons will form, but they're not going to prosper. So you just continue to put one foot in front of the other and do not quit.
absolutely. Love it, Celena.
Love it, love it. Well, y'all be sure. Listen, I can't get off of here without turning my head to the side. Order your copy today of The Blood Blocks It. I'm going to see if I go back, if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it better like that. TheBloodBlocksIt.com. Maya Scott is an amazing woman of God, and she is Conversations with Celena sponsor for this month. And we also have Valente Real Estate. She'll have the episode on Thursday, I believe. I just have to get with my beautiful friend and get some pictures so that I can get her video done. But yeah, so if you would like to be a sponsor of Conversation with Celena, please send me an email. I am running a $99 special. You get a 1-hour episode, and you also get a flyer and a video. It's a short slideshow, but it's well worth it when you put all three of those together for the low price of $99.
Awesome. That's awesome, Selena.
Yes, indeed. But we're just trying to continue on this journey, and we know that it does take resources to do anything that you're trying to do.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
it's coming easily to me. I just have to put it out there, and I'm not afraid to put it out there. And it does take time, because it's taken me 2 years to confidently say, this is what it is, So people do, or either they don't. And again, whoever's assigned to us will be right here with us, rocking and rolling. We're going to be rocking and we're going to be rolling.
That's awesome.
One foot in front of the other, one day at a time. So
yes, ma'am.
It's our time to shine, Beth, no matter
that
what.
Is so true.
No matter what age we are, look, we got it going on and off camera.
Oh gosh, this has been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And y'all, listen, I will be back later. I do have a gift card to give away to Massage Envy. I'm doing it tonight, I promise you. So if you have not went over to Conversations with Celena, follow that page, like it, whatever it asks you to do, and then share it so that you'll have an opportunity to win a Massage Envy gift card. They were very nice to donate it to us. So I'm thankful. I know, right? I'm thankful. And I think that if you all did a great job of sharing that, you're going to get another opportunity to get another Massage Envy. So they donated one, and depending on how well you all did, you might have an opportunity to get another one. So that will be a whole hour massage.
Fantastic.
Or 30 minutes, whichever you choose. For me, I probably take, I don't know, I don't be wanting to get up off the table. The last time I went, I was asleep. The man had to wait.
Yes.
Man, he'll feel like this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Man, it's time to get up. I was like, oh Lord, but I love it. Well, thank you, Dr. Beth Stuart, and we'll be looking for that link.
Okay.
And I hope that you will be willing to come back and
I would love to.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Okay. Take care.
Thank you for joining, and go out and share a smile and spread some sunshine.
That's right.